Lights, camera, action.
When a script is written that is so bad, no one will film it. These brave podcasters will bring it to life just so they can mock it. This is Table Reads.
So the movie's kaput, which means your script ain't worth the buffalo shit on a nickel.
Table Reads with Sean McBee, Jeff Lewis, and Joshua Baker.
That's right, we have returned to your ear holes.
That's my favorite place to be.
There's Jeff over there, there's Josh over there. You can't see where I'm pointing. What the fuck ever.
This is over there.
I'm on the right.
Of who?
Of everyone.
So we're back with more Indiana Jones and the Monkey King.
Who has yet to be seen.
Never seen a Monkey King in this movie. We saw some monkeys. There's some
by
monkeys.
this point we had definitely seen the Ark of the Covenant and the Temple of Doom.
Yes.
And The Last Crusade.
We had seen The Last Crusade.
The Last Crusader.
Yes.
Yes.
So far we've seen the Pirate King, the Nazi King.
Well, don't step on my job here now, buddy.
Previously on Table Reads.
So we started off with the Indiana Jones starring in a Scooby-Doo movie before moving on to a madcap suicide romance comedy for a bit. Then Indy gets going on his adventure to Africa, where we're treated to a James Bond movie, followed by a pirate movie, before finally getting to an Indiana Jones movie, only to have that movie get run over by a 3-story tank.
That's highly accurate.
Yeah, that's where we left off, and I'm going to rewind just a little bit to recap our cliffhanger.
Fade in.
Are you going to yell fire again?
Interior tank.
God damn it, Jeff.
I just want to prepare myself.
Let him do his job.
Gutterbug looks into the periscope. Indy's friends are in his sights. Gutterbug screams to the gunners. Fire!
Yeah!
Outside, the tank's large barrel fires a shot at the running group. The blast flies over their heads, just missing everyone.
Because it's 3 stories tall.
Damn it, we cannot aim down.
It blasts a row of palm trees to smithereens. Palm trees in the plain?
I'm confused.
They were bamboo trees earlier.
What Mungubu bamboozle is going on?
Indiana Jones and the Mungubu Bamboozle.
Mungubu.
Much better title.
Indiana Jones 3, the Mungubu bamboozle. Hell yeah. I nailed it.
On board.
I am a bamboozle.
Indiana is still running from the rampaging Rhino. Nice alliteration. Indy begins to run in a circle. The angry Rhino follows him. The circle begins to tighten, becoming smaller, until Indy is nearly running alongside of the Rhino. At the exact moment, Indy grabs hold of the Rhino. He leaps onto the beast.
Yes.
With a bit of careful maneuvering, Indiana is riding the rhinoceros.
Yes.
Welcome to the jungle.
He's out running a Nazi tank while riding the Rhino.
This is awesome.
That's amazing.
Jeff has a boner.
This is my favorite thing we've ever read.
Scraggy, Betsy, Claire, Kejor, and the others continue to run. The tank is right behind them, moving fast, in hot pursuit.
For a 3-story, 100
As fast as a rhino.
Yeah, how fast do you think this tank goes?
It's not fast.
Does it flex in the middle? Like
How fast does a
didn't it
rhino
say
It's 100
go?
feet
It
long.
was a 100 feet long tank. So
Yeah, buses have to...
when it rides over a thing, the whole thing it's like a big stick. Like
Yeah.
it'd have to flex like a centipede otherwise, right? Like
Or it just crushes everything. Flat.
A rhino's top speed is 25 to 31 miles per hour.
that's top speed.
That's top speed if this was the fittest rhino.
The fastest fucking
Okay.
rhino. Like
top speed. If you're being chased by a 3-story tank, you're hitting your top speed,
That's
whatever
true.
it is.
Yeah, but how often does this rhino get to go? It lives in the jungle.
Can't just go crashing through the jungle.
It lives in the jungle plains.
That's true.
It's the flat part of the jungle with lots of...
with palm trees.
It's the best.
The tank fires another shot. It splatters the ground beside the group. Again, just missing everyone. The group turns, running in another direction. The tank follows. I just have to say again, this motherfucker is breaking up sentences. I am not incapable of reading. I am reading it the way it is written. Can you guys back me up on this?
That's true.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenes on one page. He's not fucking with you.
Yeah, very short sentences.
Indiana, they're incomplete sentences.
Yeah.
He uses periods when he should use commas. Or nothing at all.
Yeah.
Often. I think that's his way of being like if you're a storyteller, it's like the group turn. Just missing everyone. The group turns. We're not at a campfire, guy. Just fucking write some shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, the tank follows. Indiana continues to ride the wild, bucking rhino. He has no control over the beast. You fucking think?
You think?
The rhino spots something. The tank. From this angle, the tank, with its large protruding gun barrel, resembles a giant rhinoceros. Seeing this, the rhino turns and runs toward the tank. Head on.
It's a shinobi face-off. It's like, oh.
No, you
holds
must
tight.
perish.
They also a Panzer's top speed is also 25 miles per hour, so this is pretty accurate.
What about 10 times the size Panzer?
I didn't put that in.
I'm going to go with 2.5 miles per hour.
I was gonna maximum 10.
Oh my god, a giant tank. Everyone, power walk away from it. Indy holds tightly. Scrag and the others pause. They see the tank behind them. They see the rhino ahead of them. The group makes quick turn. To the right. They run toward a ravine. The tank is headed straight for Indy and the rhino, both moving at full speed.
Which is slow.
Interior tank. Through the periscope, Gutterbug sees Indy and the rhino. Indiana continues to ride the uncontrollable rhino.
What the shit is going on down there?
They are within 30 feet of the oncoming tank. I feel like the tank running after people would be like that scene from the first Austin Powers with the steamroller.
Yeah.
What?
Very slowly.
Why didn't they put more guns on the tank?
It's just the one.
Side,
Why'd you build it so
machine
big?
guns, for small weapons fire, like
Right.
a sniper.
Gutterbug
It's
watched
through-
Star Wars and was like, is this Death Star? Can we put this in a tank?
What if it had
We want something
wheels?
giant with one gun.
Very, very large swastikas both sides.
Both sides.
Yes, either way people approach us, they will know we are the Nazis.
Either way, we will miss them.
A tank this size, we will chase after people. It will take us only 6 hours to turn.
I only want one gun. It does not need to look too tacky.
It needs to be gigantic, though, because the ladies must know how it represents me.
I don't want a bunch of scheisse sticking out of my front of a tank.
16 cannons. It doesn't even look like a tank anymore. Please take them away.
That's the German version of the movie 16 Cannons.
16 cannons.
I don't understand why Ducky gets the girls. This makes no sense.
With one cannon.
What the fuck?
They're within 30 feet of the oncoming tank, so just an hour away. Interior tank. Gutterbug screams in German, ordering the Nazi gunner to fire. Exterior.
Do it!
It wasn't dialogue this time.
Oh.
Exterior planes. The tank fires. The blast is low. The ground in front of Indy and the Rhino explodes. A cloud of dust erupts. Interior tank. Gutterbug looks through the periscope. His view is blocked by dust. Exterior plains. The tank is upon Indy and the Rhino. The Rhino screeches to a stop, frightened by the blast. See, that's another sentence. It shouldn't be. Indiana leaps onto the tank, gripping the fronts. Okay, now he's Legolas getting on the Oliphant.
Yeah.
Gripping the front section, holding on for dear life. Moments before he is crushed beneath the tank's giant treads, the Rhino turns and runs off. Look, the speed this thing must go, I'm pretty sure you could use those treads as an escalator.
That's true.
Like
he
just a
hops
level on Mario.
Okay. So what if this just turns into Dread? Like he has to fight his way from the bottom part of the tank all the way to the roof of the tank, like the Raid Redemption style.
Can we please?
It may be coming.
I want that.
It may be coming.
The 10th movie.
Yeah.
Moments before he is crushed beneath the tank's giant treads, the Rhino turns and runs off. Why were you charging at that thing in the first place?
He thought it was a rhino.
Yeah. Here's the thing. A rhino will go, I'm going to fight that rhino, and whoever wins is going to fuck that lady rhino. But if a rhino sees a rhino twice his size, he's going to be like, nah. Because rhinos are not dumb.
This one is. It lives in the jungle.
It sure is. Not a metal rhino.
It brought its cannon.
Oh, there's a big thing. I'll run at it.
That's actually really good.
Scraggy, Betsy, Claire, Kejor, and the others have arrived at the foot of a tall, several-branched tree.
Wow. A tree.
That's a really weird sentence.
Right? A several-branched tree. Not to be confused with a bamboo tree, which just goes straight up.
What just happened?
The lights flicker sometimes. Don't worry about it.
It's a special power.
Okay.
Located at the side of the ravine, over the ravine's edge, is a several hundred-foot drop onto jagged rocks. Scraggy begins to climb the tree.
Safest place from bad spirits is in branches of tree.
I want to know who this guy's pastor is. Or whatever shaman.
Cast
I
out.
want to know where this guy's getting his fucking
Cast out
spiritual
the demons
guidance.
with the olive tree branch.
If I had to guess from that one sentence, I would say the Monkey King.
The others shrug. They have no choice but to follow Scraggy up into the branches of the tree.
They do have a choice.
They do.
They have a choice.
They've got lots of choices.
Go the opposite ways on the
Yeah,
ravine.
they could just, they could just go to the tank, see it coming at them, and just walk over to the side, and it can't turn. It can't track them in any meaningful way. Once they're right next to it, they could just walk right next to it for hours, and they can't do anything. The gun's not going to be able to shoot right next to it from 3 stories up.
That's true.
It can't turn. If they try to turn to smush them, they just calmly shuffle sideways.
Maybe there's Nazis that pop out of the top and sling insults at them through the parapets.
Your mother reeks of elderberries. Wow, this is dumb. Indy climbs along the side of the monstrous tank. He searches for a passageway inside of the tank.
Oh, we're going in.
Like an exhaust port?
Yeah.
Like an exhaust port, only 2 meters wide, about the size of a womp rat.
So he's like Ace Ventura, but going in the Nazi tank butthole.
Shut up, Chris. I've already done one of these Star Wars movies. I know what a Star Wars looks like.
I'm about to mount your womp rat.
Yeah. I'm getting in this tank. Where's the Jawas?
Actually, he already did all 3 of the Star Wars at this point.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
I did all the Star Wars.
So he already got the Ewok death traps
right.
in the forests, plains thing.
Yeah,
Like,
The forest. Harrison Ford just shows up to the forest like, who am I helping?
The forest
The
plains.
crazy bitch or Luke?
The forest plains of Endor.
yeah, you know.
One of the scenes is just him riding the Rhino, and he's like, I thought they smelled bad on the outside. Where's my check?
He rides the Rhino really fast, and another guy comes up on a Rhino but veers off and crashes into a tree and explodes.
George, this is the most uncomfortable speeder bike I've ever ridden.
$1 more million.
$1 million more and a tighter vest.
Damn it, Harrison.
Interior tank. The Nazis are unaware of Indy's presence on the tank.
No shit.
Gutterbug continues to look through the periscope. I hope he fucking waves at him. I hope he gets like right up on the lens and I was like, hello.
Wait, they did that in Last Crusade. Remember? It was, like looking through the periscope and then like Indy.
Wow,
was,
they
like,
did take a lot of ideas from this movie, from this script. Yeah.
Well, that hadn't happened yet. That's headcanon. But if it does happen, that's from that movie.
Yeah.
Well, he's been pretty accurate so far.
true.
Yeah.
You keep saying periscope. I feel like
I've been Sean Stradamusing this whole
yeah, totally.
Jesus. The dust begins to clear. He focuses his sights on Indy's friends, located several feet away. I don't think several means what he thinks it means.
No, yeah, he flings him way into the sky. I'm talking 6-7 feet. Yeah, this hole is so deep. Like I'm talking like 10 feet. He doesn't know what things
In all
are.
caps. 10 feet.
10 feet.
They climb into the tree. Gutterbug smiles. Exterior tank. Indy cannot find a passageway into the tank. He sees the gun barrel overhead. It swivels, aiming toward the tree filled with Indy's friends.
The tree filled with Indy's friends. That's my friend tree.
That's a second grade assignment.
Yeah.
All right, tech class. Today we're gonna draw our friend trees.
It's like a family tree, but with your school family.
One of which you've had sex with.
Yeah, he hasn't had sex with Scraggy. No.
It's true.
Two of which you've had sex with.
Well, we don't know. He does speak 18 languages.
Fuck this
One of them might be the
pirate
language of love.
Filled with Indy's friends. Indy grabs one of the tank's large headlights. He pulls hard, snapping off the headlight.
Off a tank?
What?
With his bare hands?
What? I need this.
Yeah.
Taking it with me.
Now they'll never chase us at night.
Indy leaps upward. He quickly stuffs the headlight inside of the barrel opening. So, this is big, right?
Gonna do nothing.
He said it was huge. So this headlight that he ripped off with his bare arms must be like spotlight sized.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's like he's just picked up the bat signal and shoved it into a giant tank cannon.
He also climbed 25 feet because the cannon was on top. So he pulled off the thing and then climbed 25 feet up to shove it into the cannon.
I can't
hole.
find a way in. How about you slide down that gun barrel? That'll get you in there.
I pulled off the headlight. Now the cops will get him.
Pull over.
You know you got a headlight outside. Oh, sorry. We were not aware of this.
You almost went into the ravine.
He just taps the swastika with his billy clubs like, what's this? Please step out of the 3-story tank, sir.
Step out of the tank.
Get down.
Come down.
Am I being detained? I'm just a traveler.
You've got nothing on me, copper.
License and registration.
He's still on it.
Our movie is better. This movie we're making is better, dude.
Get him, copper.
And all we're doing is planting the end of Holy Grail on it.
Yeah.
You'll never take me alive. And he drives 2.5 miles an hour. The cop's just walking alongside and tapping. Stop.
Think you're gonna pop out of the lid and he's gonna throw him off. No ticket.
No ticket. Chicken, George.
Stuffs the headline inside of the barrel opening. Interior tank. The tree of Indy's friends are in Gutterbug's sights. A perfect shot. Gutterbug screams in German, ordering the Nazi gunners to shoot. They fire, but the barrel backfires, exploding in the face of the two Nazi gunners. It sends them flying against the wall, out cold. The cabin fills with smoke. Only Gutterbug and Tiki remain. A furious Gutterbug picks up the radio. He screams into the microphone. Send help! We need assistance! Send help to our giant rolling fortress.
No. These people drop in from everywhere. He did the same thing on the speedboat, though.
Feet long.
Millions of
and
Deutschmarks.
There's 3 people manning it?
Yeah, but he did it with the speedboats, too. Remember? He's like, help! Like, and then 4 more speedboats.
Yeah.
There's gonna be more tanks!
All he does is, like, fucking call for help.
Can you bring out the large tank to help us?
Yes, please bring the big tank.
The Uber tank.
We're in the medium tank.
The medium tank is not cutting the mustard. The mustard is not being cut at all.
We're out here on the jungle plains between the bamboo and the palm trees.
You'll find us right next to the ravine, by the Friends tree. You know the one.
Look for the tree with all of the white people in it.
And Scraggy.
And Scraggy. Like he knows who Scraggy is.
He knows him by name.
Scraggy, get out of the tree.
You're my friend! Why are you in his friend tree?
You spoke the language of love.
Oh, Shiza in a tree.
We've only gotten through 2 pages.
This is our movie's better. Our movie's better.
Ever since Nazi tanks building got on site, like this has been my movie.
Tiki helplessly watches in the background. Gutterbug looks into the periscope. He sees Indiana on the tank. Gutterbug hits a red button on the control panel. Exterior tank. This whole paragraph is in caps lock.
Read it excited, damn it.
Countless rows of machine guns eject from secret slots.
Yes.
All around the tank's first level. The machine guns begin to fire. Are they all fingers?
It's just a bunch of hands.
All begin to fire. Rapidly. Wildly. Indiana ducks and dodges the guns. He climbs to the second level, but the large swastikas begin to move. What? Opening. They are actually hidden doors. Secret compartments. Several Nazi soldiers exit the compartments. They come for Indiana. He fights the onslaught of soldiers. Punching. Wrestling.
Yes.
What the fuck? The tank, without a driver, begins to wildly spin, going in circles. Now, keep in mind, this is a 100-foot-long tank.
It's out of control.
When it says wildly spin, we are talking 1 revolution per hour.
How does it spin?
100 feet in length. I am not exaggerating when I say that my house is only 60 feet from the front to the back. To the opposite side of my exterior garage out there is still not 100 feet.
You should buy some of your neighbor's house and make a Nazi tank. Here in the finer Atlanta.
From the tree, Scraggy sees Indy's dilemma. He shouts to the others.
Indian trouble! We must help!
Yeah, no shit, Scraggy.
The tank is out of control!
It's spinning very slowly.
It was totally in control earlier.
Scraggy begins to climb out of the tree. A gun suddenly moves into frame, pointed at Scraggy's head. Scraggy turns. One of his crew members holds the gun. Don't move. All of you, stay where you are. Scraggy and the others, I realized I needed to do something to differentiate him from
No,
Gutterbug.
you crushed it.
I'm totally safe here, being in the Nazis. I'm good. I have nothing to fear.
We are in the largest tank in our brigade.
Scraggy and the others freeze. Claire makes a realization. She glares at the crew member. It was you. You're the reason the Nazis found us. Wow, she is a fucking world-class intellect. The German guy who's been with you the whole time, speaking in a German accent and pointing a gun to you, is he how the Nazis found you? Is he?
Ruh-roh.
Did you need to say that out loud? Even Betsy's like, you're a dumb fucking broad, aren't you? The crew member gives an evil smile. I should have let one of you guys be that German.
You do it, German.
You do it, German.
Indiana continues to fight the Nazis along the second level of the frenzied tank. Indy has defeated most of the soldiers. Only 2 Nazis remain. They overcome Indy. They push him downward, toward the tank's first level. Don't throw him off or shoot him or stab him. Just push him toward the level with all the machine guns and make him go through that level again. Like when you die in a video game and I have to go back and it's so annoying. He does that 6 or 7 times, he'll just give up and turns the game off.
You will never beat it on the hard mode.
Toward the rows of firing machine guns, Indiana struggles to break free, but the powerful Nazis push him closer to the machine guns. In the tree, the crew member keeps his pistol aimed at Scraggy's head. Camera pans upward.
How close does he need to get to the machine guns for them to work?
Wait. So the crew member was with them the whole time?
You were like, are you lost? And I was like, I'm trying to track this betrayal. Who is crew member?
Yeah, so he was with the pirates, right?
He radioed the Nazis earlier.
Yeah.
During the speedboat chase, I think.
What betrayal is this, though? What if she's like, oh, you're the one?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
You're how the Nazis found us.
So that means the pirates have been with them the whole time? Now they're
this is... Oh, they're calling him a crew member. I think that's...
I think he infiltrated Yakuza's crew.
But
he was a pirate?
No, he wasn't a pirate.
No, he wasn't a pirate.
He was from before the pirates.
He was with them on the boat originally, and then the pirates attacked them.
He was a crew member of the riverboat that the pirates attacked.
Holy shit!
But they were all together? Like...
Why did they bring him along?
Like, look, read the next thing. It gets weirder.
Sean, go ahead and read it.
I mean, they set this up, that there was a Nazi in their midst. A lot. But I don't know, man.
I missed it somehow due to lack of care or something. I don't remember seeing this at all. Anyway.
In the tree, the crew member keeps his pistol aimed at Scraggy's head. Camera pans upward, a thing that cameras, once again, do not do. Kezor is perched on the top branch, above Scraggy. At the right moment, Kezor leaps down on top of the treacherous crew member. Kezor knocks the gun from the crew member's hand. Blam! The gun goes off. A stray bullet strikes Betsy in the forehead.
Holy shit!
I'm kidding.
Oh!
A stray bullet strikes the tree branch.
You just fucked with everybody listening to you.
That's good.
That would have been great,
That's
though.
a good bit.
And then she just falls out of the tree dead.
No, my friend tree has lost a leaf.
Oh, the fruit was too ripe.
Gross.
Not ripe enough, actually.
I was going to say, the adventures of the pervert Indiana Jones.
Kezor punches the crew member, who loses his balance and falls from the tree, going over the edge of the ravine.
His betrayal was so short-lived.
His body drops hundreds of feet, crashing to the rocks below. Kezor smiles, victorious. But also, let's think about this guy's motivations. He's been with them all along. He's been like radioing into the Nazis, like, "Oh, they are here. Come get them. They're at this place." Yes, and then he's like, "Oh no, I have to blow my cover now. I have to stop them from getting out of this tree."
I will not be stuck in the tree.
No, please do not shoot the tree. I am in the tree.
Like what?
I want to see.
At what
this
point
tree.
does the undercover spy give up his undercover status
I'm still.
because they're getting out of a tree? Oh, this is not according to the plan.
Got them right where I want them. I want to see this tree scene on film.
The Fuhrer's notes specifically said, "Get everyone into a tree, and then we can win the war."
I want to see Chris Columbus shoot just the tree scenes. I want to see if he can make this interesting. What does he think is happening in this tree that doesn't in some way look ridiculous? That there's an entire forest and then there's this group of people huddled in the tree to escape a 25-foot tall, 100-foot long tank. And then they just chill there while plot unfolds in the tree.
What I want to do is, you know, when you have blueprints, you have the little person for scale.
Yeah. Right.
I want to. I'm gonna mock up a person next to this fucking tank.
You got the new cover art for this episode of the podcast.
There we go.
It's just, but it's like, it's not to your specs, like your standard. It's just shitty Photoshop where you just put 3 tanks on top of each other. Like it's just copy and pasted the same thing.
It's a paint. It's like a MS Paint.
And then there's a tree.
Kezher smiles, victorious, but the tree suddenly creaks. No, groans. A crack has formed around the trunk where the bullet struck. I'm sorry, you just shot a tree, and now the whole thing's gonna split in two and dump everyone in the ravine? So he doesn't know how tanks work. He doesn't know how size works. He doesn't know
how betrayal works.
And now he doesn't know how trees work.
Statutory rape. He's got none of this on lock.
It's true.
Doesn't know how suicide works.
No, he's got that down pat.
How does a banana barrel work?
Doesn't know how human waste works. The tree begins to tilt, slowly teetering over the ravine's edge. Everyone panics. Betsy shouts, "Nobody move, or we'll go over!" Everyone freezes, scared to death. They tightly grip their branches. The tree sways, slowly. Indiana still fights the two Nazis, struggling to keep his body from the tank's deadly machine guns. What? Go ahead.
I'm so mad.
Yeah.
Like there's a epically large, and it's gonna be done in like the 90s CG tank. And
80s.
We're wasting any amount of time on this fucking tree. Like you've went from the largest scale of ridiculous things possible, and then you have 5 main build actors sitting in a fake ass tree that's toppling slightly. As he fell to his death.
Yeah, it turned into a Looney Tunes episode.
Why do you go from such a large scale set and then you just bring everything back to a shitty practical fucking tree?
I was halfway through writing this. Oh wait, Chris Columbus isn't.
He's a Nazi.
I was halfway through writing the scene, and they told me, like, "Chris, we can't afford to shoot all that tank. Cut it down some." So I showed less tank.
You could have them hanging on the cannon barrel, like as it's swirling around, and on the top, like shit went topsy turvy, right? So now the giant cannon, and they're like
we have no
holding on to that.
Then there's no friend tree.
God damn it!
This is not a friendly tank.
They're wasting something so cool.
So no one told you life was going to be this great.
Listen, George, I have this
The tank
movie.
is big, you're dead, and Nazis are the best.
Keep going. Just start playing the song.
I'm so upset.
Indy flips one of the Nazis over his head.
Yeah!
The Nazi falls directly in front of an entire row of machine guns. His body does a grotesque dance of death, riddled with bullets.
The Grim Fandango, they call it.
Indiana and the other Nazi exchange punches. Their bodies tumble over the rear of the tank. They fall onto a small ledge above the enormous rotating tank treads. Indy and the Nazi battle to push the other off the ledge. So basically, this whole bottom level is just an unending, death wall of bullets in all directions.
It's so cool.
It is really
It's
cool.
stupid, but it's fucking cool.
But none of those bullets are going into the trees, like the friendship tree.
I fucking hate the friendship. Please mow that. No, something already hit the friendship tree. They're struggling, right?
None of this makes sense.
I hate the friendship tree now.
Indiana prevails. He pushes the Nazi on top of the giant treads. The Nazi tries to climb back, but his body is dragged beneath the tank. Crushed. They're in the back. Think of how the treads go. If he pushes him on the treads, they're going to carry him up.
100
feet
feet
in the front.
to the front.
You need to be in the front.
It actually is 100 feet.
It's 100 feet of tread.
Damn you, Indiana Jones!
You can't put him on the tread in the back and have it crush him.
Yeah, well, in the movie, his foot got stuck in the tread, and then the Nazi was like, ah!
But this is still in the back. The tread's not going to carry him down. It's going to carry him up if it's moving forward.
No, I know, but then he gets to watch him go until it goes again. So it's 100 foot of him being like, shit!
It didn't say his foot stuck.
Well, no, he prevailed.
He doesn't know how tank treads work. Moving on.
Indiana turns, seeing Gutterbug climb out of a secret hatch on the tank's top level. Gutterbug points his finger at Indy. It rapidly fires bullets. Indy dodges around the side of the tank. Bullets bounce off the metal beside him. Meanwhile, Indy's friends sit breathlessly on the swaying tree. Everyone is silent, still. Kejur suddenly sneezes. The tree creaks. It wavers over the ravine's edge, nearly going over, but it doesn't. Everyone catches their breath. The tree continues to teeter. Gutterbug pursues Indiana, playing cat and mouse along the top level of the tank. Indiana peers around a corner, seeing Gutterbug ahead. Indy grabs hold of the large rotating gun barrel. Indy lifts his feet. He swings forward, riding the gun barrel. He spins around the tank's side and comes up behind the unsuspecting Gutterbug. Indy jumps the Nazi. They begin to fight. Gutterbug tries to move his mechanical arm into position. To shoot Indy. New sentence.
To shoot
Fuck you.
Indy.
To shoot Indy.
The tank continues to lose control. It no longer spins in circles. It is headed straight toward the tree filled with Indy's friends.
How long?
Table Reads will return after this brief word from our sponsors.
What's up, docs and docettes? Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic here, and if you like old cartoons and watching online reviewers dissect them, then you probably said the same thing I did about 2 years ago. Hey, what the fuck?
Here, watch your language, you bud.
Every Saturday morning, I do a brand new commentary of a Warner Brothers short. All throughout the month, I do video essays examining the history of these cartoons. Catch my videos on youtube.com/FerrisWheelhouse2, or just use the hashtag Looney Tunes Critic. And now, here's Eric Bauza, the new voice of Bugs Bunny.
You've been listening to the Looney Tunes Critic. Ain't he a stinker?
Lights, camera, action.
So the movie's kaput, which means your script ain't worth the buffalo shit on a nickel.
Now, back to Table Reads.
That is getting ridiculous.
It is not.
Like more ridiculous than Scooby-Doo somehow. The Scooby-Doo opening was real dumb. Betsy committing suicide 3 times or attempting to. Real dumb. This is new levels of dumb. Like Chris Columbus should be in the Guinness Book for dumb.
I've seen worse.
This is...
I'm actually having fun.
I'm having fun with the Tri-Story tank.
This is the end of Gladiator Dumb.
No.
I want Maximus to show up here.
No, not even that.
This is one of his time jumps.
Yeah, exactly.
He ends up, it's a fucking giant tank. What do you want from me?
He's just staring at the tank. What do you want from me?
He found the Rhino.
Oh, finally. What the
Oh,
fuck?
yeah. Oh, and all those drafts, they get struck by lightning.
Yeah, for
They
all
were
you
here
people
too.
who listen to that episode.
Yeah, this is a callback. Go listen to the episode or you won't know what we're talking about, nerd.
Yeah, go listen to
Go back-
Gladiator 2, where none of our callbacks make any sense to you.
Go back to the desert.
Exterior desert.
Assholes.
You should have got a new cut in instead of fade in. It's just like exterior desert. You'd have got your money out of it.
Fade in.
Interior, tank. Tiki sits inside, watching through the periscope, helpless. How?
How can he look at the periscope?
Right?
Isn't he bound? He's bound.
Is this a big screen periscope?
I want to take a look.
Like he's tied up. One line in, we're already upset with it. Exterior, planes. Gutterbug and Indiana continue to fight. Suddenly there is a buzzing sound. An airplane engine. Indiana looks to the sky. A Nazi biplane flies toward him.
200 feet long.
The biplane dives, moving lower, lower. Gutterbug rolls out of the way. Indy is trapped, a sitting duck. The biplane swoops down, trying to hit Indy. I'm sorry.
Kamikaze? Out the gate, he's playing A.
The plane is trying to strike him?
Playing A, crash the plane.
crashing it. He called it help.
That's how you use a plane against a person?
And it's the dumbest.
It's a plane with a single cannon on top.
Is this plane flown by Al Qaeda?
It's just, don't assess anything. Find the bad guy. Ram the bad guy.
He dives onto the tank top, lying flat.
Tank top.
Yeah, he does.
The plane flies directly over Indy, just missing him by a few feet. Meanwhile, that's not how you use a plane.
A few feet is 3.
I'm flying this battering ram.
Yeah, it went from several when it was high in the sky. That's several feet to a few.
He's having to dodge fucking 3 story tanks and biplanes.
He rode a Rhino to get here.
This is shit. Oh.
Meanwhile, the tank still drives directly toward the swaying tree and ravine.
Yeah, it's taking a long time, right?
What? It's going 2 miles an hour.
They're all like, ah! Scraggy, Betsy, Claire, Kajor, and the others remain frozen.
Why?
Still, watching the tank come for them. They are frightened, helpless. Indy and Gutterbug have resumed their fighting. Standing on the tank's top, the biplane loops in the air, coming back for another shot at ramming itself into a human. Gutterbug leaps out of its path. The plane heads straight for Indy. He again dives to the tank's top. The biplane swoops down, this time aiming lower. As it passes Indy, its wheels graze his back.
Holy shit.
Indy cries out.
Ow, I just got hit by landing gear.
This plane's trying to land on me.
The Nazis are literally throwing everything at me.
It sounds like the Wonder Woman script where she's like flying the plane into shit. Like,
yeah, she was using the plane in the same way. She's like, I have a jet. How do I use it against this monster? I know. I'll just beat it up with my jet. I'll use my jet like a fist.
He's like, shoot missiles at it. She's like, I think I did. They're invisible.
you can't see the damage.
Got him.
Take my word for it. The tank continues to speed toward the tree of trapped people.
Speed towed.
Getting closer. His back... I want to see the geographical layout of this. If this tank is speeding toward them, and they were...
Jeff.
They've been in a tree for a long time.
It's been... It would have to be an aerial shot.
Did they take a cab to this tree?
No, the cab got
They
flattened.
called an Uber, like drop us off at a tree like way down there. We got to give this tank some time.
So you would see from an aerial shot, there's a ravine, and then there's a tree hanging off of it with about 6 people in it. And then
Well,
there's
5 and the others. The others is not quantified.
I'm telling you, all the rest of the pirates are with them.
only a few of them could fit in the cab. It's like 4. They remember they were crunched into the taxi.
There were 4 in the front seat and like 5 people in the back. There were people hanging off the
There's people standing on the side edge.
the running boards.
Yeah, running boards. Yeah.
There were 3 people on the roof.
and the guitar player.
So
This is fucking shit show.
you have
You have
from an aerial shot.
conservatively a dozen people in this tree.
Yeah, so that's hanging off. And you got the aerial shot. And there's a 25-foot tall, 100-foot long tank doing donuts for like
It was doing
an
donuts.
hour.
Now it's heading straight for the tree and the ravine, mind you.
And then
There is no one driving it because it's 100 feet long and only one person drives it. 2 people operate the gun.
But there's a bunch
and
of secret
hundreds of
Nazis.
people just wait for someone to climb on so they can climb out and fight them.
and a
Physically, not with guns.
and a Nazi
Just with punches
And wrestling.
shoving.
and a Nazi biplane being flown by a German ace pilot that is anatomically drop kicking Indiana Jones.
Can you look up how fast a biplane has to go to fly?
Sure.
Because I want to know how fast he got hit with landing gear.
His back aching. Indy struggles to keep Gutterbug's machine gun arm from shooting him. We talked about all that just now. Did not even mention the machine gun arm. Like, the machine gun arm is the least bananas thing right now.
It's the least implausible. Oh yeah, machine gun arm. That makes sense.
He's just ramping everything up so we accept this machine gun finger. The biplane does another mid-air loop. It turns and heads straight for Indy. This time, the plane won't miss. As the biplane gets close, Indy grabs a tight hold of Gutterbug's mechanical arm. Indy raises the arm, aiming at the biplane. Indy pulls the arm's trigger. What?
Yes! He punched him in the elbow.
The arm has a trigger?
Yeah, it's his middle finger, so Indy's like flipping himself off.
Firing a round of shots. The rapid bullets strike the plane's belly. The biplane loses control.
What?
Its engine coughs. Dive. The biplane spins, flipping into a nosedive, leaving a trail of black smoke. The biplane hits the tree, The biplane hits the ground. A flaming crash. Several feet from the tank. So, like, 3 miles? What is several feet to him again?
10 feet. 10 whole feet.
Indiana overpowers Gutterbug. With 2 hard punches, Indy floors the Nazi. Gutterbug lies sprawled on the tank's top, unconscious. Indy turns. He sees that the speeding tank is going to crash into the tree full of his friends. It just doesn't stop sounding ridiculous.
There's a word, treeful.
Tree full of his friends. Indiana leaps into the open tank compartment. Interior, tank. Indiana takes the controls, but they are completely alien to him. He hears a squeal. Tiki, behind him. Tiki motions to a specific control. Indy grabs hold of it. Exterior, planes. The tank screeches, spinning to a stop, inches from the swaying tree. Scraggy, Claire, Betsy, Kejur, and the others emit a unified sigh of relief. I hope that pushes the tree over. But the tree suddenly cracks. It tilts, falling over the ravine edge. Everyone screams.
And Indy says, "My friends!
My tree of friends!
My treeful friends."
There is the sudden crack of a whip. The whip wraps itself around the trunk of the tree. Indiana holds the opposite end.
Yes! Yes, he's holding up a tree with 5 people in it with his bare hands!
No, there's more than 5.
Yeah, like a dozen people.
I don't care!
From the top of a 3-story tank.
After he got drop kicked by a plane going at least 215 to 272 miles per hour.
He pulls with all of his strength. The next line should be, but to no use, because it's a whole tree full of people.
And it pulls him over the edge, too.
What a whip!
And everyone dies.
No, he wraps it around the tank.
Holding the tree in place, he prevents the tree from falling into the ravine.
Yes!
Indy shouts to his friends through gritted teeth.
Jump! Jump!
Everyone begins to leap from the tree to the ground.
Just now?
Finally!
Luckily not into the ravine.
This is like when Captain America held the
Captain
fucking
America in the
helicopter down.
yes. Only Indy is not holding on to anything.
He's a 40-year-old whiskey drinking.
He's
college
just
professor.
standing there. He's like, I planted my feet. This is good. I got it.
I ain't gonna lose some good poon to this fucking tree.
Da 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 da. What the fuck? It's the best movie.
Indy continues to hold the tree in place. Muscles bulging. Sweat pouring. Veins popping. Soon, everyone is back on the ground. Safe. Indy retrieves his whip. The tree tilts, falling over the ravine edge. The tree crashes to the rocks below, splintering into a million pieces. Or several pieces. On the top level of the tank, Gutterbug stirs, wakes, but Indiana is upon him. Using a rope, Indy ties up Gutterbug. He removes the ammo cartridge from the Nazi's mechanical arm. He just knows how mechanical arm guns work. Like, he's studied it.
Maybe they've been together before.
We can wait for him to save the tank.
Emptying the bullets onto the ground. Indiana pushes Gutterbug inside the tank.
So he's back on the tank.
Get down in there where you can operate the gun and all the machine guns.
Wait, I missed stuff while I was Googling. Did he get off the tank to save the tree?
No, he was on the tank.
He was 3 stories up with his whip. Whoosh, grabbed the tree.
Just standing on top of the tank, holding the tree.
He's more than a man.
Super indie.
Tiki crawls out of the tank. He sees Claire. Tears of happiness fill his eyes. He runs to Claire. The two exchange a warm embrace. Tiki sees Scraggy. They shake hands and begin an excited conversation, like two old friends. Interior tank. Indy grabs the radio microphone. He holds it in front of Gutterbug.
Call your mommy.
Gutterbug growls. He speaks German into the microphone. The voice of Lieutenant Mephisto answers, echoing over the speakers. Indy grabs the microphone, interrupting.
This is Jones. I've got your tank. It's all over, pal. You lose.
Cut 2. Close up. Lieutenant Mephisto. He is angry, upset, but he forces himself to calmly address Indiana.
Dr. Jones, you surprise me. For a surprisingly intelligent man, you jump to childish conclusions. Remember, you are driving a tank. We can follow you anywhere. You are far from defeating us, my friend. The battle has only just begun.
Camera pulls back. Mephisto is standing beside a long row of tents, housing many troops. Several jeeps are parked in the background, all mounted with recoilless cannons. Recoilless cannons?
I don't know what that is.
Maybe it's cannons without recoil.
Right.
Which is not how physics works. 5 canvas trucks are also here, filled with more troops, cannons, and ammunition. The Nazis have assembled an entire army.
No.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it is. I thought it was the entire army. I got the thing.
The Nazis have assembled an entire army.
Holy
yes,
shit.
They're called the Nazis.
The Nazis.
Indiana drops the microphone, suddenly worried. We're fine here. How are you?
How are you?
He hurries out of the tank. Gutterbug stays behind, laughing. Exterior plains. Indiana hurries to Tiki and the others. Indy shoots an impatient glance to Scraggy.
We've got to move fast. Ask him if he knows the way to the city from here.
Scraggy asks Tiki. The pygmy answers, pointing off screen. It's over there. Scraggy translates for Indiana.
He do not know exact place, but it is somewhere over there.
Indy turns to the direction where Scraggy points. Several miles away, so the other side of the planet, we see countless rows of mountains. Thick layers of clouds surround the mountains. Indiana sighs.
A lot of good that does us. It could take us months, years to search every one of those.
Betsy has an idea. She removes the stone mirror from Indiana's pocket. Maybe he knows what to do with this. Betsy gives the mirror to Tiki. His eyes widen in awe, just because he's never seen a mirror before, probably.
I've never seen myself.
Tiki recognizes the mirror. Ooh, I know him! I see him in river! He excitedly explains to Scraggy, who translates for Indiana.
It is magical mirror of Sun Wukong.
But what do you do with it?
Scrag. I like that what do you is spelled like that.
Yeah,
what do you?
that's pretty
One
cool.
word.
What do you?
I mean, I legitimately like it. I'm not mocking it this time. Scraggy asks Tiki. The energetic pygmy places the mirror against an upright stone. Tiki adjusts the mirror until it faces the distant mountains. Tiki emits a high-pitched giggle. Pointing to the mirror, everyone gathers around the mirror. The soundtrack music soars. The mirror reflects the clouds above the mountains, but above one specific mountain, we see the image of a city reflected on the clouds. Indiana turns away from the mirror, looking at the specific mountain, but the city is only reflected in the magical mirror. Claire smiles at Indy, quoting Tiki from earlier. I come from the land of city on clouds. Indiana nods, hopeful, anxious. He looks back on the magical reflection.
Fade out.
So that wasn't a cliffhanger, because they just finished hanging it from a cliff.
Oh!
But it seemed like a good stopping point anyway.
Are you looking up more airspeed velocity of
No.
planes?
I was just seeing if there were any photos of someone being kicked by landing gear. There are none.
It's because that's not a thing that can happen.
Killing my dreams. Next, you're going to tell me a man can't hold a leather whip and hold up a tree full of people
I mean,
from a 25-story tank.
the only way that you could even buy that is if you're recasting Indy as Dwayne Johnson. Because I could see that being in a Fast and the Furious movie, and people would buy that shit.
Well, then this is it. This is the ninth movie. Is the Fast and Furious movie? Just added to the list.
Indiana Jones.
Actually, that reminds me. The movie I worked on, the Melissa McCarthy movie, Life of the Party. She was going to college to be an archaeologist, and there was originally going to be a final scene that they were going to shoot later, where she's become an archaeologist and she's running through the jungle with Dwayne Johnson, and he's like an Indiana Jones type, and they like run and jump off of a waterfall. And I waited through the credits for this scene because he was in Hawaii shooting when we were shooting the movie, so he wasn't able to come and He was shooting Jumanji at the time, of course. So he wasn't able to come and do it, but they were going to do a second unit shoot afterwards with this scene, and it was my favorite thing. And I was hoping that it would set up Melissa McCarthy and The Rock like team up movie in the jungle, Indiana Jones style, because that would be a fucking awesome movie. But they ended up not doing it for some reason that I am unaware of. And if I get to work on a Melissa McCarthy movie again, I'm gonna ask her why.
Well, I think you can cross off The Rock saying no.
I mean,
think
he had
he's
already
ever done
agreed.
that.
Josh, what's going on with you?
In my life, I'm doing a lot of videography and some voiceover work. If you'd like to hook up and do something like that with me, you can reach me at me@joshuajbaker.com.
I got a lot of good things going on in my life.
If you want to get a hold of Jeff, don't.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't call me. Don't call him.
And if you want to get a hold of us here at Table Reads, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at The Table Reads, on Facebook at facebook.com/tablereads. And, go to tablereadspodcast.com. If you type in /listen after that, you can get a nice link with all the places you can find our podcast. And at any of those places, you can, of course, subscribe. Also, like and review. And we'll see you next week to continue this madness. And until then, we'll miss you.
This podcast was created by Sean McBee. For more, visit TableReadsPodcast.com. Cut to black.